Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel Programming in My Way. Today we are going to discuss a very important topic in C programming. In fact, this topic you can find in all the programming language, that is arrays. Okay, so we are going to see arrays in C language. Okay, so I'm going to cover these points related to array. First, I will discuss what is the need of array. So see, array you can find in C, C++, Java, C#, all these programming languages you can also find. You can also find this concept in scripting languages. Okay, so first, what is the need of array? Then I will cover what is the definition of array. Then we'll see which are the advantages. Then we'll see which are the drawbacks of array, and then last point, which are the types of array. So I'm going to cover these 5 topics in this section, and then types of array in detail we'll see in next session. Okay, so let us start with arrays in C language. So first point is, what is the need of array? Why array come into picture? Why Denis Ritchie invented array concept? Okay, so see, you know that this is simple variable. This is simple variable. A is a simple variable. So what is happening for this statement from the compiler? Whenever you write such statement in C, what compiler will do? Compiler will reserve one memory cell for you. Getting? As you have declared or you have specified the size of A as integer, so compiler will reserve one block of 2 bytes for this A variable. This is for 32-bit compiler, and this name will be assigned to that particular block, and then this 10 value will be stored in that particular block. This block will have some address. Consider the address is 1000. Now this block size is 2 byte. Getting? I am considering 32-bit compiler. For 64-bit compiler, the block will be 4 byte. Getting? Now consider on next line, if I'm writing this statement, A assignment operator 20. So what will happen? I'm assigning new value to A. So what will happen for this particular statement? The previous value will be replaced by new value. Previous value will be replaced by new value. So see, if you observe these operations, see what happened. At this moment, when compiler see first statement, compiler is storing 10 value in A variable. When you do this statement, or when you write this statement, compiler is replacing that 10 value by 20. So see here, A is a variable. A is a variable. 10, 20, these are the constant. Getting? So see here, what is the drawback of this simple variable A? A is holding 2 values, 10 and 20, but at different time. A is unable to hold 2 values at same time, and that is the drawback of simple variable. Now consider, suppose I want to store roll numbers of 60 students of my class. Getting? And suppose roll numbers are integer. Suppose I want to store roll number of 60 students of my class. Then and consider roll numbers are integer values. Then what I need to do? I need to construct 60 individual integer variables. 60 individual, suppose like this, I need to construct or I need to declare 60 individual integer variables to hold 60 roll numbers. Getting? So this is not what we can say, not recommended option, or it is not recommended to construct or to declare 60 such variables. Consider, suppose in my college there are 3000 students and I need to store roll number of 3000 students. Then what I need to do? I need to construct again individual 3000 roll numbers. That is not correct option. That is not correct approach. Instead of that, just take one variable and store 3000 roll numbers which are in integer, and that is nothing but array concept. Getting? So what is the drawback of simple variable? Simple variable is unable to hold multiple values at a time. It is able to hold multiple values at a different time. But if you store another value, the first value will be replaced. So that is the drawback of simple variable. That's why Denis Ritchie invented concept called array. That's why Denis Ritchie invented concept called array. So see, I can store, see this is array. So I have specified the size of array as 60. So under this single variable, this is single variable, A is a single variable, it is name of array. Under this single variable, I can store 60 roll numbers, which are of their type is integer. So I can store total 60 roll numbers in this A variable. Getting? So this is the, what we can say, facility provided by array concept. So array allows us to store multiple values at a time under single variable. That is nothing but array concept. So array is a need of array we have already covered. Definition of array. So see, it is collection of elements having same data type, having similar or same data type. Getting? So we can store any number of elements in array. Getting? But those elements should be of same data type. Getting? So array is a collection of atom having same data type. That is the definition of array. So see, you can also say that array allows us to store multiple elements or multiple values at a time in a single variable. Getting? Example, int, suppose roll number, I want to store roll number 60 roll numbers. So see, this array is a name of array. Getting? So this array allows us to store 60 roll numbers at a time in this single variable. Getting? So this is the facility of array. Getting? So this is the definition of array. Array is a collection of element having same data type, or also you can call it as this allows us to store multiple values at a time in single variable or under single name. You can store multiple values. That is the definition of array. Getting? Now, which are the advantages of array? Which are the advantages of array? Which are the advantages of array? So first advantage we already covered. It allows us to store multiple values at a time. Getting? So it overcomes the drawback of simple variable. Simple variable was unable to hold multiple values at a time. So that drawback is overcome by using array. So array allows us to store multiple values at a time. Getting? Okay. Second advantage is that array elements are always stored in contiguous memory location. Getting? Array elements are always stored in contiguous memory location. What is the meaning of this? So consider, suppose I am taking array of 5 element. So compiler will reserve continuous 5 blocks for your array. Getting? So here when compiler see this particular statement, compiler will reserve continuous 5 blocks for your array. Each block carries 2 bytes. Each block is having 2 bytes. Getting? And name of this array is A. Name of array is A. So consider the address of A is 1000. Getting? These are 2 bytes. So definitely there are 2 addresses, 1000 and 1001. So if I am considering 32-bit compiler, so next address is 1004, then 1002, 1004, 1006 and 1008. So these are total 10 bytes. How many blocks are there? 5 blocks. Each block carries 2 bytes. So 5 into 2, total 10 bytes. Okay. So total 5 blocks, continuous blocks will be allocated or assigned to your array by compiler. So that's why we are saying that array elements are always stored in continuous memory location. And this is one of the advantage of array. Getting? So randomly elements are not stored like linked list. Array elements are always stored in continuous. So that is why array is also called as linear data structure. Array is also called as linear data structure. Elements are stored in sequence. Elements are stored in linear fashion. So this is what continuous memory location. Getting? Next advantage is that array is used to implement data structures such as stack, queue, tree, etc. Getting? So we can implement complex data structures such as stack, queue, tree by using array. So we can implement stack, queue, tree data structure by using array concept. Okay. So this is also one of the advantage. Next advantage is that random access is allowed. Random access is allowed in array. In linked list, random access is not allowed because linked list is not indexed data structure. Getting? But array is indexed data structure because every block has an index. So consider if this is array. Getting? Array. So array index always starts with 0. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Getting? So consider these are the elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So suppose I want to retrieve 4. Then I can simply use name of array, square bracket and then index 3. Getting? So by using this notation, I can retrieve this 4 value. So suppose there are 1000 elements in your array and suppose you want 500 element. Consider there are 1000 elements present in your array, and if you want to retrieve 500th element, then you can use simply A of 499 notation. Getting? You can simply use A499 notation to retrieve the 500th element because array index starts with 0 and it ends at size minus 1. So the size of this array is 5. So 5 minus 1, that is 4. So array index starts with 0 and it ends at size minus 1. So consider there are 1000 elements in your array. So array index starts with 0 and it ends at 999. Getting? So if you want to retrieve 500th element of that array, then you can use 499 index. So A of 499, that will give you 500th element. So here random access is allowed. You can retrieve any element based on its index by knowing the index of that element. So these are the 4 advantages of array. These are the 4 advantages of array. Now we'll see which are the drawbacks of array. Which are the drawbacks of array? which are the drawbacks of array. So first drawback, it stores only, it allows us to store multiple elements of same data type. So it stores only similar type of elements. Getting? So this is the drawback. Array allows us to store multiple values but of same data type. We can't store one integer, one float, one character in single array. If you want to store different type of elements, then you need to take separate array. One for integer, one for float, one for character. You can't combine, you can't mix different data type elements in single array. That is the drawback of array. So array allows us to store multiple elements, but those elements should be of same data type. That is the drawback. Next drawback, array is fixed in nature. That is, it is static in nature. Originally array is static in nature. Now what is the meaning of this, and what is the drawback of this? Why array is static in nature? See, if you declare array like this, here the size of array is compulsory, you should give at the time of declaration. So int a 5 square bracket semicolon. Here you can't neglect this size. There will be error from compiler. You should specify the size of array. So here array is fixed in nature. That means as you have specified the size of array is 5, you can store maximum 5 elements in this array. You can't store more than 5 elements in this array. So array is static in nature. It supports static memory allocation. So see, when compiler see this particular statement, compiler will reserve 5 blocks continuously. Name of array is A, indices are like this 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and these are the addresses 1000, 1002, 1004, 1006, 1008. I am considering again 32-bit compiler, that's why single block will take 2 bytes. So total 10 bytes will be reserved by your compiler. So total 5 blocks. Now see, here I can store only 5 elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because compiler reserve only 5 blocks for me. I can't store 6th element in this array. Because you have specified the size of this array is 5. This is one of the drawback. Array is static in nature. Array supports static memory allocation. At compile time only, compiler will reserve the memory for your array. So you can't increase this memory later. So you can store only 5 elements in this array. And one more drawback is there because of this static nature. If you store only 3 elements, consider in this example, here you are having 5 blocks in your array, but you are only utilizing 3 blocks. So you are utilizing 2 byte, 2 byte, 2 byte, total 6 bytes. So remaining 4 bytes you can't utilize for other purpose. They will be wasted. So that memory will be wasted. So this is also one of the drawback because of this static in nature facility of array. So see, there are 2 drawbacks you are getting because of static nature of array. First drawback, if you declare array with some size, you can store only those number of elements in your array. You can't store more number of elements than the size of array. That is the first drawback. Second drawback is if you store less number of elements than the size of array, then the remaining memory will be wasted. In this case, you are only storing 3 elements. So this 2 block memory you can't utilize for another purpose. That will be still there. That will be statically allocated. That is still in memory. So you can't utilize these 2 blocks or 4 bytes for other purpose. They will be wasted. So these are the 2 drawbacks we are getting because of this static nature. Getting? Okay, and one more drawback is there. Insertion and deletion of element. Insertion and deletion of element are time consuming operations. The insertion and deletion of element in your array are time consuming operations. See, consider this is your array. There are 5 elements already present, and now suppose I want to insert new element here at this particular position. Third position, I need to insert new element. Then what you need to do, without wasting these elements, what I need to do, I need to shift this element to the right direction. So see what I need to do. I need to shift this 3 to this. I need to shift this 4 here. So see what will be scenario. I need to shift 3 here and I need to shift 4 here. Consider the array size is 1000, and if you want to insert element here, then total 977 shifting operations you need to perform to insert single element. Getting? This element will be shifted here, this element will be shifted here, this element will be shifted here, like that. So total 977 shifting operations you need to perform. Getting? Not 997, 998 operations you need to perform, shifting operations you need to perform. So that is time consuming operation. Similar thing is there for deletions. Suppose these are the elements present in my array 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now I need to delete this element 3. I need to delete. So what you need to do, you need to delete this and you need to shift this element here like this. So 4 you need to shift here, and then 5 you need to shift here. Now definitely this only 4 elements are present there. Getting? To get the correct output 1, 2, 4, 5. So again shifting is required. So consider the size of array is 1000 and you need to delete the element from third position. So again those number of shifting operations you need to perform. So that's why insertion and deletion of element, they are somewhat time consuming, because a lot of shifting operations takes time. Getting? In case of insertion and deletion. But in case of linked list, so that is very easy and that is not time consuming. Getting? Insertion and deletion operations, they are not, or they are faster in terms of linked list. But in case of array, they are slower, they are time consuming because of this shifting operations. Getting? So this is also one of the major drawback of array. Getting? So I hope you clear with the advantages and drawbacks of array. And the last point is, which are the types of array? So there are 2 types of array. Types of array: one-dimensional array, and multi-dimensional array. Multi-dimensional array, that means 2-dimensional, 3-dimensional, 4-dimensional array is also possible. So these are the types of array. Getting? Okay, so we have covered what is the need of array, what is the definition of array, which are the advantages of array, which are the drawbacks of array, and types of array. Now take some examples of array. Suppose I want to store roll number of 3000 students. So see, I am taking one array with size 3000. So I can maximum store 3000 roll number in this array. Getting? So in this case, so compiler will reserve total compiler will reserve continuous 3000 blocks for this array. What is the name of array? Roll number. And these are the indices. What will be last index? Size minus 1. So 2999. That will be last index. Getting? And addresses will be like this: 1000, 1002, 1004, and so on. Getting? So total 3000 blocks are there. 3000 blocks are there into size of each block. So 2 byte. So total 6000 bytes will be reserved for this array by compiler. And this is happening at compile time because compiler is allocating this memory to your array. So array supports static memory allocation, that is at compile time memory will be allocated. Getting? So this is array. You can also have the float array like this. Suppose I want to store average of 60 student. Average of 60 student. So in this AVJ array I can store 60 float values because I have given the type of array as float. Getting? The same way I can have, suppose I want to store character values. I want to store character values. So total 5 blocks. Name of array is name itself, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Getting? Now here see, you know that character, single character takes 1 byte. So total 5 bytes will be reserved for this array. Getting? So 1000, then 1001, 1002, 1003, and 1004. These are the addresses. Getting? These are the addresses because 5 blocks, each block carries 1 byte. So total 5 bytes, 5 blocks or 5 bytes will be reserved for your name array. Getting? And here you can store the character constants, character values. Getting? Like this, I can store my name R. Getting? And last /0, that indicates the end of string. Getting? These are the individual character constants I can store. So character array is also possible. In the same way, double array is also possible. So we can have array of integer, we can have array of float, we can have array of character, we can have array of double. Because of this facility, array is also called as, it is derived data type. Array is derived data type because you know that primitive data types are int, float, char, double, void. So array can be derived from primitive data type. Array can be derived from primitive data type, that is int, float, char, double. Getting? So see, int array is possible, float array is possible, character array is also possible, double array is also possible. Void array is not possible. There is no concept of void array. Getting? So array is also called as a derived, or you can also call it as secondary data type. Getting? So we have covered the basics of array here in this session. So in next session we are going to discuss the one-dimensional and two-dimensional array in detail with their declarations and initializations. Getting? So I hope all the basics of array are clear to you. So thank you for watching my video, and if you like my this session, then please like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Programming in My Way. Thank you.